I seen them all break down, brother. You see, when I was in rehab, this one was a government-funded one. So it would get people that were bailed there from jail. I remember there was this one head. He done Pentridge, Port Phillip, Barwon. And he was sort of climatised into this new environment. And he was an old school boob, so he's lived to that code all his life. And when you're in a different environment, where them survival skills don't serve you no more, and you start to get that vulnerability and you start to gain the confidence to show your emotions, I've seen people break down in them spaces. And this is fucking foreign territory for them. I've seen them break down, be vulnerable. And that's fucking hard for them to sit through. Being vulnerable is fucking new to them because vulnerability in the past, was considered as a weakness. This is what I find most of these cunts struggle with. I was one of them. They're trying to find their new self by trying to step away from the old one. And there's a lot of guilt and shame in this because they don't know who they fucking are anymore. Because that lifestyle was their whole identity. I've also seen people leave rehab because of this. They're scared to step into the unknown because they've based their whole life and their whole network to that old code. And being vulnerable is giving yourself permission to step into your new self. And when you step into that version of yourself, you get this moment of clarity, fear, anxiety, is that you don't know any cunt in this new life. And that fear alone can bring up isolation. And people like myself and people that have been institutionalized, that can be very hard to let go of. And I've seen people leave rehab over this. I was in the position at this rehab where, I'll drive them home or I'll drive them to a hotel. And in the car ride there, I'd say, "Why, brother?" And they'd say, "I just can't fucking do it." And that's a decision they came onto their own, but to anyone out there that's gonna try and make an attempt to change their lives, give up that old code, I'm just letting you know you will get to this point. And this is the very point that you got to push past. If you can understand that, at least you got awareness for when you get to that point. I'm just letting you know so it's not daunting when you get to this stage. I had to do it, and everyone before me had to do it. It's foreign, it's unusual, it goes against everything that you've learned to survive in that life. But that's the cost you got to pay to get a new life. Run no rehab.